Hello FPL managers, today we discuss the best differentials for your new Premier League squads. In today's video we have a look at 5 differential options with a low ownership that we believe could be great additions to your starting teams. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as we try and hit 8k subs by the start of the new Premier League season, and with that being said, let's get into the video. So having a look at the first differential player on the list, it is Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez looks to be an excellent pick this season, especially with the departure of Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling in their right wing role. As it currently stands, you would have to suspect Mahrez will be getting quite a lot of minutes in that position, as I'm sure this is going to be one of his highest minute seasons. Riyad Mahrez has some excellent fixtures to make a good start as well, with West Ham, Bournemouth, Newcastle and Crystal Palace as his first 4 opponents. Of course, regardless of fixtures, Man City are always going to be a formidable attacking outfit, and at £8 million with just a 4.1% ownership, Riyad Mahrez could be an excellent pick. His XG per 90 of 0.6 ranked second to only Mo Salah last season, which was very impressive, and had a decent 0.18 XA per 90. Furthermore, he had the second highest expected FPL points per 90 of 7.3 in the whole entire Premier League, only behind Mo Salah once again. Also, one of the best parts about Riyad Mahrez is that when he's on the pitch, he is taking penalties over the likes of De Bruyne. We will have to see with the arrival of Haaland who's going to be on penalties, but I would fancy Mahrez if he's on the pitch. And once again, for actual FPL points per 90 minutes, Mahrez ranks second once more, only behind Mo Salah, with an 8.15 FPL points per 90 minutes. He did take the 4th most shots per 90 minutes as well, with 3.68, only behind the likes of Salah, Ronaldo and Kane. So once again, I definitely think with his increased chance of starting minutes, Mahrez is definitely one that's being underlooked by a lot of FPL managers. Progressing on, Gabriel Martinelli is another very good midfielder at £6 million. Martinelli does have the highest ownership out of any player we discussed so far in the video, as it is sitting at 14.3% at the moment. Despite this though, he is only the 10th highest owned forward, and I do think with his strong underlying stats and good starting fixtures, he could be worth more of a closer look. We all know how good Arsenal's fixtures are to start the season, including Crystal Palace, Leicester, Bournemouth, Fulham and Villa as their first 5 opponents, and after that they even face Manchester United, Everton and Brentford. So over the first 8 game weeks, Arsenal have some of the best fixtures from an attacking standpoint. Especially with Martinelli's price at £6 million, I would be expecting him to get plenty of starting minutes this season, so for his price, definitely excellent value. Delving into Martinelli's underlying stats a bit more, his 0.4 XG per 90 ranked 7th for all midfielders last season, and he had a fairly decent expected FPL points as well of 5.7. This figure ranked 10th amongst all midfielders last season as well, which was fairly impressive, with every player scoring above him being at least £1.5 million more. His involvements per 90 was 0.63 as well, so I definitely think early on in the season managers should take a closer look at him. Let's now have a look at a defensive asset that could be an excellent differential. Andrew Robertson only has a 10% ownership at the moment, which only places him as the 11th highest owned defender. This is very surprising as he was the 3rd highest scoring defender in FPL last season with 186 total points. He looked to be an excellent player at both ends of the pitch, actually scoring more goals than Trent with 3. He got himself 11 assists as well to accompany his 17 clean sheets. Andy Robertson actually had the 3rd highest FPL points per 90 out of any defender last season with 6.59. So despite Cancelo being significantly more owned than him and being at the same price, many managers are opting for him instead of Robertson. But looking at the underlying stats, there isn't too much to separate the 2 defenders, so I definitely would be considering Robertson for the squads. Obviously Liverpool have those great fixtures to start the year with Fulham, Palace, Manchester United and Bournemouth as their first 4 opponents. I don't only expect Robertson to be getting those attacking returns, but plenty of clean sheets as well. In fact, Andy Robertson's expected clean sheets per 90 was 0.52 last season, which did rank amongst the top FPL defenders. Also, amongst FPL defenders, his expected assists per 90 did rank 4th, only behind the likes of Alexander-Arnold, Reece James and Ryan Sessegnon. Also, his involvements per 90 of 0.5 was extremely impressive, outscoring the likes of his teammate in Trent Alexander-Arnold. If you look at Cancelo's involvements per 90 of just 0.34, Robertson does significantly outperform him, so if you are looking for a decent alternative to João Cancelo at £7 million, Robertson is definitely the one to go for. Back onto another Man City midfielder asset, this one's Phil Foden. Foden roughly has double the ownership of his partner in Riyad Mahrez on the wing, and I do think he's one worth consideration for the new year. Phil Foden has some excellent fixtures to start the Premier League season, with West Ham, Bournemouth, Newcastle and Crystal Palace, as we touched on with Riyad Mahrez, and if he can get those starting minutes, he's going to be an excellent asset. Of course, the starting minutes question is a big if, as there is a lot of players in that cam/left wing role, which are the two main positions that he plays. Especially with the signing of Erling Haaland, I would be expecting Foden to be pushed out wide more this season, which would see him rotating with the likes of Jack Grealish. Similar to Riyad Mahrez, he's another player that is excellent when he starts for Man City, with a very high XG per 90 of 0.38, ranking 9th amongst midfielders, and a very promising 0.23 expected assists per 90 figure. His expected FPL points per 90 of 5.78 did rank 8th amongst midfielders as well, behind the likes of Salah, Mahrez, Sterling, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Mane and Diaz. So with a very low 7.6% ownership at the moment, I can see why a couple of managers are opting for him, hoping that he can get those starting minutes and rack in those points early on in the season. Now time to analyse the fifth and final differential. We have talked about him before in Matt Doherty. Doherty has the lowest ownership of any player on the list with just 2% at the moment. There was questions about his future at the team as well as his starting position, but at the moment Tottenham haven't signed any other right wing backs and he has travelled with the squad for their pre-season. Matt Doherty had an excellent run of form when he was playing last season, racking up 67 points with 2 goals, 5 assists and 3 clean sheets. All this just came in 9 games for Tottenham, and I definitely think if he can replicate these numbers, he's going to be such good value at 5 million in their defence. A lot of managers are going for his Spurs teammate in Perisic in that other wing back role, but I do think Doherty at £500,000 cheaper is a seriously good differential, as his ownership is over 45% less. When he was playing, he had a 0.34 expected clean sheets per 90, and I do think under Antonio Conte that Spurs defence is looking very solid, especially with good fixtures to start to increase their chance of clean sheets, with Southampton, Wolves and Forest as 3 out of the first 4. Actually, amongst all defenders, his XG per 90 of 0.29 did rank top last season, and his XA per 90 figure of 0.18 was amongst the top defenders as well. His 6.87 expected FPL points per 90 ranks second amongst all defenders, only to Reece James, and his 6.9 FPL points per 90 ranked top. He is for sure an extremely attacking wingback, getting very high up the pitch, gets a lot of chances, has great goal and assist potential, and if he is nailed in that right wing back role, assuming that they don't make any other signings, he's going to be such a nice differential. Thanks for watching today's video. If you guys want to become a channel member, then click the join button down below and get featured on the members board at the end of the videos, just like Philip Ash here. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel and click the notification bell. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.